Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys? I love that our little early birds in YouTube have already had like 12 conversations as they're getting warmed up. That's fantastic. And Jennifer summed it up best for us. She said we already started discussing the internet, Zoom, and chicken sandwiches. You know what else? What else do you need to discuss? Honestly, just solve all of the world's problems, and we'll be good. Hello, you guys. How are you? Okay, so to my early birds, yes. Carrie in Spain, Alex in Texas, Jennifer Fowler, Gemma in where are you, Netherlands? Yes. Jennifer Fowler, remind me where you are, my dear. Lori's on. Woohoo! You guys are so much fun. That's fantastic. And oh, Carla, welcome, Carla. If this is your first time here, welcome from Oregon. I think you said. If you've been here before, forgive me, but your name sounded. I was like new. I was like, okay, we love having new people. Welcome to our crazy little fiber group. Yes, just in case we haven't met yet. My name is Chris Acton with Acting Creative, and this is live at the Loom. Yes, indeed, and it's going to be a good one. I can tell you guys are revved. You are. The energy is going. Ellen is on. Hello, my friend Ellen, here with my coffee. I love that. Let's see. Hi, Dawn from Minnesota, listening while I'm working again. Shh, Dawn, we won't tell. We won't tell, Dawn. It's okay. Oh, that's right. Jennifer's in Tennessee. Thank you so much. Hi, Sam from Southwest Ontario. Hello, Brenda from Iowa. Brenda, welcome. We're so glad you're here. We love the newcomers. All are welcome. Every weirdo has a place here, I promise. Just come on. Hi, Laura Miser. How are you, my friend? Yes. Yeah. Lori says Chris has tea. Yes. It's I promise that the world is okay. I have tea. It is all good. I'm not nearly as frantic today. See, you guys are cute. I'm not nearly as frantic today as I was last week. Last week I came sliding at the last minute, and it was so last minute that I only had water in my mug, and it was a very, very sad occasion. It was a very sad occasion. Today, I have my tea. I'm feeling much more centered. It's going to be a good one. We'll do it. Right? Let's see. Hi, Dawn. Joining from Nova Scotia on Facebook. Woohoo! Dawn Miller, you join us from wherever you want to, my friend. Facebook, YouTube, whatever you like. Hi, Nina from Northwest Louisiana. Nina, I would imagine Northwest Louisiana is hot right now. I would just think, let us know just how intense it is. Hello, Sue Ann from Seattle. Hi. Hi, Cynthia. Cynthia says she's been watching for months. I finally took a beginning weaving class at our local guild in North Carolina. I loved it. I'll be buying Loom at the end of the month. Woo! I feel like we need an official, like a bell or something, or a gong that we can, when we have a new weaver who is buying a loom. I feel like that should be a thing for us. Something. Maybe we need some kind of sound effect for everyone who has a new loom or is doing their first project or something, because that's always something to celebrate. Every project is something to celebrate, but the first project and the first loom, those are kind of special, right? Who's with me? Let's see. Oh, okay. Nina in Louisiana says it is 103. Nina, I would not do well there, my friend. I could come visit you in the winter, but not right now. That would just be, I am way too much middle-aged woman who's hot all the time. I'm having trouble here in Northwest Indiana. Yes. Dawn says, tea is good for the soul. It keeps me and my brain well fueled. We're on the same page there, Dawn. That is for sure. Yes. Hi, Sherilyn. She's watching from Lakeside from Norway, Maine. See, that sounds like more my speed. What's the temperature there, Sherilyn, in Maine? See, that sounds, that sounds better. And here's our Irish friend. Hi, Catherine. Okay, who is it? Alex, are you the one going to Ireland soon? Maybe you guys can, I think Alex was asking about maybe a yarn store in Ireland. So chime in and let us know if there is something, if there's places you recommend that she should go visit, because hello, Ireland. That sounds awesome. Yes. Nina says she's outside only to check the chickens and get in the pool. Yeah, that would be as much as I would do if it was 103 where I am. And I know some of my friends have been living in hot weather for a very long time. And boy, I feel you. Let me just say that you're welcome to come. We got extra bedrooms. Just come on over. It's cooler here. It's not cool, but it's cooler. That is for sure. So keep chiming in. You guys are fabulous. You were on fire this morning. I love that. So pop in, say hi. Let me know how your week has been. How has it been? Carrie says that is 110 in Spain. Carrie, that's just hot. That's too hot. Lori said the high was 60. Wow. Talk about a contrast there, right? Sherilyn says it's 75, but going to be 82 by 2 p.m. in Maine. Okay, that's pretty. Okay. Let's be real. 75 sounds lovely right now. Let's be realistic here. Hello, Shannon. How are you, my friend? Hi. So tell me how your week was. Did you have some excitement? It is August. If you have little ones, children or grandchildren, are they going back to school? I know my nephews are all in the queue. My 2 nephews in Indianapolis started school yesterday. I haven't heard how that went, but they were all ready. I saw the first day of school pictures where they're in front of the door. You know how they do that now with a little sign that says, first day and the date and all that kind of stuff. And my nephew in California, pretty sure he started last week. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure he's already back. So let me know if you have back to school excitement at your house or what else is happening. I can just tell you right now that I'm a gardening fool. The tomatoes are crazy, people. I don't know if I shared with you, but one of my plants got the what's it called? I always call it the plague. It got the blight. It got the tomato blight, which is just the saddest, most pathetic thing I've ever seen in my life. And I did not understand how serious it was until a family member who is an expert at tomatoes. He's like, oh no, it's doomed. He's like, you have to take out the plant and destroy the plant, and then take out all the dirt, and then bleach the pot and get rid of the dirt, because the dirt will always have the blight in it. It is hardcore. So anyways, thankfully of my 8, yes, count them, 8 tomato plants, only 1 of them had the blight. So the other ones are hanging on. I know, right? You guys know. Lori's like, oh no, yes, right? So yes. So that is kind of the update from here. I am picking a lot of tomatoes. My peas are almost done. They've been so much fun. The peas are 4 feet tall. I have to stand on a bench to reach the peas because they're in a box, like a box on the deck. So anyways, so gardening, that's what's happening here. Let's see. Jennifer Fowler says, I got my floor loom dress for class, and last night I started dressing the rigid head of loom with my plaid chenille scarf. Thank you for bringing that up, Jennifer Fowler. I want to give a very, very special shout out to my Dress Your Loom students, because they are killing it. You guys are doing great. If you guys aren't familiar, in early July, I opened registration for the Dress Your Loom course, which is a 6-week course. It's all online. You work at your own pace. But we are, this week is module 4, which is kind of the end of the actual dressing your loom process. So my students have been amazing. They have stuck with me week by week, and their looms are dressed. We're on it. Next week, we're going to dive into Weaving 101, and then we're going to do some finishing stuff. But it's such a fun course, and my students have been amazing. So gold star for all of my Dress Your Loom students. You've been incredible, and I thank you. Let's see. Dawn says we're trying to not wash away. Oh no, so much rain. My studio is ready. Woohoo! Moving my stuff in. The big floor loom is almost together. I'm getting a new cat this weekend, and I've been invited to demo weaving at our local fair. What a good week for you, Dawn Miller. That's amazing. Congratulations. Wow. The studio is ready. That's so exciting. I remember quite a while ago when you're like, we're working on the studio, right? That's amazing. Oh, here we go. Brenda knows all about it. Brenda, as a teacher, I start next week, and students on August 23rd. Brenda, we salute you, my friend. To all the teachers, I know how stinking hard you work. My parents are both retired teachers, and whew, so Hats off to you, Brenda. May this be a great school year for you. Hello, Connie. She pants wildly. Connie, I always envision that you come like screeching in at the last minute. You're always like, okay, I'm here. That's awesome. Yeah, Carrie says just another reason not to get into gardening, the threat of tomato blight. It is. Ooh, I'll have to rethink which tomatoes I get next year because I'm like, I don't want to mess with the blight. It's scary. Let's see. Catherine, who's in Ireland, says, depending on which country you plan to visit. Oh, is that county? Lovely woolen mill in Kerry and up in, is it Donegal? Lovely wool. Ooh, see, let's all just go to Ireland and visit Catherine and see the cool fiber stuff there. Oh no, Shannon, my friend, I am so sorry. Feel better. Bronchitis is, when I get bronchitis, game over. Like 3 weeks. I'm down for the count. So let's not do the bronchitis. I hope you feel better so soon, Shannon, because that is no dice. We don't like that. Okay. Oh, thank you, Laura. I didn't even know this. Even gardening tools that come into contact need bleach. Is it really that serious, you guys? The blight scares the bejesus out of me. That is just, what is that? You should see my tree. It's the saddest thing because, of course, the blight doesn't get the plant when it's like just starting. No. It gets the plant when you have like tomatoes on there and they're green and they're getting ready to turn. All of a sudden, the plant's just like withered up and died. It is ugly, my friends. Thank you for letting me know that, though, Lori. I'll be very, very careful. I'll bleach the tools. I don't know. I'm really a fingers kind of girl. I don't really use my tools very much, but still, thank you. Christine says she spent last weekend canning 20 quarts of tomato sauce. Tomatoes going gangbusters over here in Virginia. I believe it. I'm guessing you're that much warmer than I am, that you're just enough ahead of the of everything. That is incredible, though. Tomato sauce. Yum. I have a dehydrator these days, so I've been making some dried tomatoes. Okay, yum. They're so good. Yeah. Okay. Dawn says my youngest is a senior this year. Congratulations. My son is 20 and I'm almost 50. Talk about a triple whammy. I'm on the verge of tears at random moments, but weaving helps keep me sane. Dawn, we are here for you. Whatever you're going through, sweetie, we're in it. You just we'll cry with you if you need to. That's totally, I have no problem with that. You just we're here. Yes. Yeah. Let's see. Jennifer says she organized all her deep freezers. Okay, Jennifer, how many deep freezers do you have? Jennifer's serious. She's very serious about that. Yes. Oh no. Shannon, who has bronchitis, says biblical plagues here. First flies, now grasshoppers. Shannon, is that a sign it's time to move? You know, Chester, Indiana is lovely. Just come on over. Oh, I'm sorry, my friend. Wow. Flies, grasshoppers, and bronchitis. This is not a stellar week for you, my friend. We are here to support you. Whatever you need. Do we need to send wine? Chocolate? What do we need to send you, Shannon? You let us know. That's, yeah. Gemma says, I got a surprise tomato plant in my planter with my roses. Okay, that's hysterical. By the way, I learned that is called a volunteer. See, look at all the farming wisdom I can now share with you all. Is that when you didn't intentionally plant something, it just shows up as called a volunteer. Look at all the things. There's so much I don't know, but I know that one now. Hello. Well, I'm so flattered. Pampered Danny 21. What is your name, my friend? That's awesome. We're glad you're here. Yeah, Lori says the blight is no joke. Yeah, that's what I'm learning for sure. Oh, let's see. Okay, see, Alex and Carrie are working out Ireland things. Sorry, Catherine. Catherine lives in Ireland and Alex is visiting, which is just so fun. Alex is a flight attendant, so you know she's jet setting everywhere. So we love that. Yes. Let's see. Okay, Gemma says my son starts secondary school next week and my daughter does her second year at, I'm not even gonna try it. That's wonderful though. School starting up everywhere. And here is Jody. Woohoo! Jody is the owner of Cotton Clouds. If you guys don't know, Cotton Clouds is a fabulous yarn business. I can't think of the word. Yarn company. Yes, out of Arizona. Have a young guy painting my porch this morning, so chiming in a little late. No worries, you're right on time. No, we're just you know, we're getting caught up. We're getting warmed up. That's what we're doing, Jody. Don't worry. Jennifer has 3 deep freezers and they're all full. Wow. Okay. So when the zombie apocalypse happens, we're all going to go to Jennifer's house because she can keep us fed for the next, sounds like at least a few years. Oh, it's Danielle. Hi, Danielle. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'll have to jot that down on my note. I have like a little cheat sheet that I try to keep up with because on YouTube I can't always see the names. You'll have like a cute little a little what's I can't think of the word. Words are hard, right? Like a call name kind of thing. Anyway, so I try to write them down so that I can so that I remember because my brain doesn't always it doesn't work that fast. So hi Danielle. I'll jot you down on the list so that I remember your name next time. Hello Loyan. She's on from Washington. Woohoo! Yes. Okay, so Sue Ann reports that her modest little vegetable garden is doing well. Yay! Tomatoes, herbs, onions, peppers, and very cute little cucamelons. Sue Ann, what the heck's a cucamelon? Is that just like it sounds, a cross between a melon and a cucumber? That's adorable. Ernie is on. I was just thinking about you, Ernie. Where are you today? We have to get the update. Ernie, I feel like almost every Thursday he's somewhere in the United States, somewhere different. He's hardly ever at home. So we have to get the update. Ernie, fill us in. Where are you? Let's see. Nina says exchange student from France. This week has been all about getting her settled and school started today. Oh, do you have one living with you? Is that what you mean, Nina? That'd be exciting. That would be a big adjustment if you lived in France and then you were here and you're like, okay, here, let's go to school. Let's see. Sue Ann says, as a retired educator, I wish everyone a happy school year, and I'm glad I'll be weaving instead. You know it, Sue Ann. That is, boy, yes. Like I said, my folks are both retired teachers, and I know teachers are ridiculously underpaid and undervalued. I think they should rule the world. Honestly, we'd probably be better. Okay, Sue Ann, cucamelons, she says, also known as Mexican sour gherkins. They look like adorable tiny watermelons, taste like a lemony cucumber. That is crazy. I'm gonna have to look this up. Sue Ann, because that sounds so charming, and I tend to like to grow weird things, so that could be for next year. We'll see. I like it. Yes. Shannon's having a hard time. She said send yarn. Yes. Yeah. What were the other things I had to look at this week? You guys had some great comments on the episode. The episode this week was a handwoven experience. It was all about stash busting for weavers. This is part 2. Because last week we had part 1 that was all about what to do with your extra, like when you're at the end of the cone of yarn. And this week was all about what to do with your little bits of fabric. And you guys had some great ideas that came up. I think one was a comment on the thrums. What was it? There's 2 things I had to look up. Sashiko, which is a Japanese embroidery technique. It's Japanese. I think it's Japanese. Japanese embroidery technique. Very, very cool. And the other one was, it starts with a Z. I don't remember. There's 2 things I had to look up because I had never heard of them. I love that. You guys just lay it on. I think that's amazing. I always love learning those little things. So, it makes us all better, right? If we're constantly curious and looking up things. Yes. Oh no, Gemma, I could have cried this weekend. My son thought it was funny to turn the back beam. This meant I had to get 500 threads resorted over the crossbars. Oh, Gemma. Are you like, son, let's talk about what's funny and what isn't. Oh, hi, Sam. Trying to get my 59 caddy up and running, but as soon as I fix one part, another fails. Aw, my friend. Sam's a car. She's a car person, so it's always fun to hear what she is working on there. Hello, Mr. Tom. Hi. Are you going to the Michigan Fiber Festival? I am not this time around. Are you? Is this up at Allegan? Is that what you're talking about? Because that's coming up, right? Is that like this week? Is it right now? Let me know. I'm so sorry. I knew I wasn't going to make it this year, so I didn't pay much attention. So yes, let me know. The Allegan Hope College. Does that all sound right? Am I on the right track? Let me know. Sue Ann says cucamelons grow up a trellis just like you. Very nice to deal with. Very nice. The deer destroyed my cucumbers this year, so I had one sad little one that let's just say it was sad. Which is the worst because you're like, last year I had a ton of cucumbers and I don't love cucumbers, but I love dill pickles, so I made my own pickles. And this year I had one sad one that didn't. you just have to let it go. That's what I'm learning as being a farmer, as being a gardener, is that you have to kind of let it go. What you think you can control, Mother Nature just laughs. That's what I've learned. Ernie is home in Flagstaff for 24 hours, leaving this afternoon for Phoenix to help my son get his classic Porsche back on the road. Ooh, we're talking cars. Sam, we're talking cars. Do you deal with classic Porsches? That's awesome. Yes. Okay. So I think it's time. You guys tell me how your projects are going. I know some of you already kind of started to chime in, which I love that. But yes, let me know how the projects are going. Dawn says last night I started tying together bits of cotton cuttings to use for an unknown project in the future. I love that, Dawn. That is awesome. Let us know what kind of creativity you get up to with that. Hi, Marky. Trying to work out the kinks with my combination draw loom. First warp with a combination attachment. That sounds complicated. That sounds like a lot of moving parts. Marky, let us know how it goes. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Tom. Allegan is next week. I was going to go, but wasn't sure how much weaving is there. Oh, you mean like relative to other crafts and art? Is that what you mean? I'll be honest. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. But if you go, we'd love to report back if you let us know. Ooh, here we go. Sue Ann says the official name of the cucamelon is Melothria scabra. Melothria scabra. I have no idea. I'm going to say it with conviction and hope that that's right. I have no idea. Let's see. Oh, Gemma, I'm thinking of getting him to do my windows and then spray them again. This is you're going to think about what you've done kind of. Yeah, understand that. Yes. Okay. So, yes. Okay. So let me know how things are going. Connie says starting to dress the loom for a commissioned curtain panels. Ooh, curtain panels. Okay, Connie, let us know what kind of pattern are you going to use for that? I would think they have to be fairly lightweight, or are they going to be more kind of heavy and dramatic? I'm curious. Sue Ann says I'm dressing the loom with some knitting yarn, a gradient called Whirl. Going to do basket weave and make a Mobius shawl. That sounds beautiful. Carrie says I'm struggling with my twill gamp. I didn't realize that the stash yarn I'm using has some wool in it, itching while weaving. Oh no. Okay, so if I remember correctly, Carrie, like your skin doesn't do well with the wool. Is that right? Does anybody else have that problem? With that that you just like your skin just doesn't react well to the, is it the lanolin? What is it in wool that that makes your skin all crazy? Some people really have trouble with that, which is that's totally legit. Here we go. Ellen's working on some sashiko Japanese embroidery now. Oh, how pertinent. Also finished fabric for my third Deb Jarko vest and putting a new warp on the loom. Thank you, Ellen. Oh, Ellen's vest turned out beautiful. I wonder if Sherry's on. I don't know if Sherry's on or not. Sherry was the other person who was doing Deb's thing. Deb's class. That's the word, class. Christine says, when the tomato sauce was simmering, I began cutting apart my stack of worn out jeans for future rag rugs. Nice. Okay, it is satisfying, right? I'm with you. Sandra gave my thrums to a girl that makes dolls. Oh, she used it for their hair. Oh, that's brilliant, Sandra. Brilliant. I love that. Lori says, I was slaying the Oxaback this morning. I have also done the work to do Rosepath on my Glamacra. Are you doing Rosepath too? That's so fun. It's like a whole spontaneous Rosepath thing. That is what I'm doing, right? Yes. I had to look at the book. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, Sue Ann's in the same boat. She's like, doesn't like the wool, the prickly bits, the itch. Yeah, right. Carrie says allergic to any wool. That's tricky, right? Because then you have to be more careful and you get surprises like Carrie did when she has a combination, some kind of a blend. Let's see. Okay. All right. Jody says baby wolf all dressed and ready for tie up. Going to wind another work today with some A2 cotton and Monte Cristo boucle. Ooh, that sounds lovely. Dawn is dressing her table loom. First project on it. Yay. Found a threading error. Fixed it, I hope. Slaying the reed. Looking forward to getting weaving. Not sure what I think of Texsolve heddles yet. You know what? I haven't worked with them for any length of time. I've done some projects on looms that have Texsolve heddles. They have their benefits, just like metal ones, right? Do you guys know what we're talking about? A Texsolve heddle is, well, you know what a heddle is, right? It's these guys here, right? Let me put my drink down so I can show you here. So front of the loom, feeder bar, shafts. These are the heddles, right? I have metal ones in there now, but they make heddles with this. is it a nylon? Is that what the material is? It's a certain kind of material. It's very lightweight. Called Texsolve, and it's there are definitely benefits for Texsolve heddles for sure. I have found, first of all, they're very quiet, right? They're very quiet. They're very kind of easy to use. However, they don't slide as well as the metal ones. So, you know, yeah. Let's see. Brenda says, I warped my rigid heddle loom after I used your mat from class in June. Yay! So I'm ready to start weaving. My floor loom is in my craft room, which needs organizing first. I understand. Step by step, right? Gemma says, I did a funky weaving on our terrace using shower curtains. How fun! That is awesome. For Rosepath, this is Sam. I'm trying handweaving.net pattern. Oh, nice. Do you guys know handweaving.net? Handweaving.net is an online site that is this enormous library of weaving patterns. You could, wow, talk about going down a rabbit hole. You can really have a good time on handweaving.net. There's a free version, but I'll tell you the paid version is not very much. It's a once a year paid subscription, and the access you have is crazy. So check that out if you haven't. Let's see. Yeah, Alex in the same boat. Alex's lanolin makes my skin peel. Oh, see. Hi, Adrienne. Warping my new David loom for my first attempt at overshot. Woohoo! Very nice. Yes. Okay. Carrie's thinking it through. Possibly the Texsolve heddles that are rubbing the fibers off the wool and spreading the bits in the air. That could be, my friend. Ooh, see? Okay. Loyan asked, has anyone tried to use metal heddles on an Ashford table loom? If so, how did it work? Okay. Loyan, clarify for me then. Is it Ashford table loom special that the metal heddles does it not come with the metal heddles? What are you thinking? Okay. All right. Let's see. Before we dive into, I'll show you what I'm working on. I just want to give you a heads up about a couple things. First of all, I'm going to do an in-person 3-day class coming up in August. I think I wrote it down. The 18th through the 20th, which is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Not this weekend, but the next weekend. It is a 3-day class all about basically my first weaving project. I'll take you from start to finish in the 3 days, and it'll be this fun kind of crash course in what does weaving look like on a 4-shaft loom. Technically, I think we're using 8-shaft looms, but we're only using 4 of those shafts. So if you are in the Midwest, in the Chicagoland area, or if you want an excuse to come here, come on over. I would love to hang out with you for 3 days, and it should be a lot of fun. It's at 3 Moons, not surprisingly, at the local weaving store here, and I'll make sure you've got links so you can kind of check it out. You can always look up 3 Moons Fiberworks is the name, and you can see all the registration information from there. So I want to let you know that was coming. And if you already happen to live kind of close to me and you want to pop in, we're doing kind of a weaving, like a try weaving kind of thing coming up this Saturday. Ooh, this Saturday already. So if you know of anyone who lives in the area who's always like, I've always wanted to try weaving, this Saturday, it's like a 90-minute session. We talk about weaving. We let you throw a shuttle, it's a little teaser. It's a little kind of get in there and try it kind of thing. So I wanted to mention those 2 things that are coming up very soon. So without further ado, let's check out the loom and I will show you what I've been up to. Okay, so here's what I got going. A couple weeks ago, I took the project off the loom, but I did not have a plan for what was coming up next. So I had asked all you lovely people what to do next. And of all the answers, my friend Sam piped in and said, I'm doing Rosepath. You should do Rosepath. So I'm like, okay, I've tried a lot of twill, but I haven't specifically tried Rosepath. Therefore, I'm doing some Rosepath just for you, Sam. Okay, so let me show you. I grabbed the pattern out of my favorite book, The Handweaver's Pattern Directory by Ann Dixon. If you have a 4-shaft loom, okay, shoot, even if you have an 8-shaft loom, this is a lovely book. It has like the prettiest pictures and a million different variations, and it's just like a great resource. So if you don't have this book and you're looking for a just a really kind of a great how-to, it's just slammed full of pretty pictures and drafts, and it's so much fun. Anyways, so here's what I'm doing here. This is on page, what is that, 74. So Rosepath is a twill, basically, when it comes down to it. Rosepath as well. It has a this is called a point threading right here. Are you guys familiar with reading a draft? I'll give you a 30-second crash course on how to read a draft, which if you've never read a draft before, that's not gonna be enough, but it'll give you kind of the basics. So this is a weaving draft right here. Well, I should clarify. Basically the way that Anne does it is that she gives you the threading here, and then she gives you the possible tie-ups here, and then you follow it down, which variation you want to do. And then these you kind of just look up to see what you need to use, because you don't need to use all of these for each one. That's how she does it. So in a weaving draft, this is your threading, which refers to how your warp yarn's going into the shafts, right? These are tie-ups. And in this case, here's what I'm doing, this variation, this one at the top. So I am following this, it's called treadling. That's the order that you're lifting the shafts or lowering the shafts, that you're moving the shafts to make this this fabric right here. So so for me, I know that I need to be able to push my treadles down for these. I don't need this little last section right there. I just need these first two kind of chunks of the tie-ups. So so what's so fun about this particular one, and I think, if I remember, Sam, chime in, but I think that Sam was doing, were you doing the one on the bottom, Sam, this variation? Let me know. Yes, yeah. So for me, what if you look at the tie-ups for this one, for this first one here, this little variation, you're always lifting or lowering two shafts at the same time. The one in the middle, you're always lifting or lowering one shaft at the same time, and this one you're doing three, so it covers kind of all the bases. So for this variation, it's all two at a time or one at a time. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Sam is doing number 3. She's doing this one down here. So she's using almost all of the tie-ups. She's just got a couple in there she's not using, but that's I can't wait to see yours. Is it finished, Sam? You let us know if it's done, so we can see it. Okay, so just as a quick little recap, I decided, well, first of all, I found these 2 colors of what I thought was 8/4 cotton on a tube, just like all the rest of mine. I found them over at 3 Moons. She had some yarn that just kind of magically appeared, and she's like, okay, go see if you want some stuff, like sale kind of, whatever, just to move it out of here. So I found them. They're beautiful. They're kind of heathery. Let me see if I can show one to you. Oh yeah, here we go. So it's kind of, the camera doesn't really pick it up, but it's kind of heathery, which I love that effect. Kind of like wool will look kind of heathery, but I thought, well, that's so cool. And it's in the same format as the cotton always is. But as I'm dressing the loom, I keep thinking, this is not just cotton. There's something else in here. So last week we were discussing it, and you guys are pretty sure that it's some kind of a little bit of a linen in there. And I think you're probably right. Like, just the texture of it is, there's a little something else in there. So my towels, which I'm weaving, could be, we'll see what happens when they go through their washer and dryer, because cotton and a cotton linen blend may react a little bit differently. I don't know how much linen is in here though, so it's all one big experiment, my friends. That is where we are, one big experiment. So here's what I'm doing. I started out with this pattern, and I just kept thinking, I'm going to spend hours and hours tucking in all the little ends. There's just going to be a million of them at the end. But sometimes you're like, it's worth it. I want a certain pattern. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So here's what I'm doing. Is that in the warp yarns going this way, I did kind of, I took the pattern and I let the repeat of the pattern kind of dictate my kind of blocks units, if you will. So as you can see, then each time I use those kind of brown colors, I did 2 light browns and a medium brown in the middle. So every time I did that, that's kind of how I did the design. So in the weft, then that's exactly what I'm doing, the same thing. So each time I have 2 light ones, and I've got the medium brown kind of in the middle. So then I'm left with, what do you do with the other stuff? And I had the white that I was going to mirror from the warp here, but I wanted a shot of color because they were looking lovely but neutral. And I was like, I don't know that I can do neutral for the whole project. I need just a little something. So I put in a little lipstick red, and I'm loving that kind of red brown combo, right? Okay, Gemma says the linen is not gonna shrink. Well, it's gonna be very exciting towels then, because we'll see how much the cotton will go. Yes. Okay. Okay. So let me show you how this goes then. All right. So I am back to a white because I'm doing a couple of whites and then just one kind of occasional red stripe. The only thing that always freaks me out about this is washing it. I'm going to have to put in like 3 color catchers for this like one project. Do you know what I'm talking about? Right? Because red, anywhere near any kind of white or pale color, I always get a little nervous. The dyes and the yarn have gotten so much better these days. However, I think PTSD from early on in the weaving career, like, okay, let's keep it on that white. Okay, so here we go. So for this variation of Rosepath that I'm doing, like I said, I am doing one little section that's all where you lift one shaft at a time. Okay, see that? There we go. I'm lifting one shaft at a time, right? I do that little variation, and then it goes into a variation where you lift 2 at a time. All right, so here's kind of what that looks like. In the sequence, I got 1 at a time. That's what's next for me. I don't know that it matters. I'm gonna start on this side. So pull that through. Basically, so then I lift shaft 4. And then I go to 3. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna try to help myself out here. And I'm gonna try to tuck in my little end here. I'm just gonna try to grab it right here while I'm thinking about it, because future me will thank me. You know how that goes? You're like, yeah. That's just to help me out with one little thing. Okay, so let's see. I'm at shaft number 2. So I'm just working my way down. 4, 3, just a single shaft at a time. This is 1. Okay. By the way, you got to have floating selvages for this, for a twill. All right, back to 4. Then I imagine kind of you're going like down the hill and you do a little point and then you go back up the hill. That's kind of the visual. When you look at the draft, it kind of looks like that too. Okay, so here we go. Back to 1. And we're just going to go back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the plan here. Okay. This is 3. You're with me, right? And this is 4. Okay. So in the sequence now, I'm going to do 2 at a time. Now, what is interesting, and I wanted to bring this up, is that my loom is a 4 shaft and I have 6 treadles. But as you look at the draft, technically, if you assigned 1 treadle per everything you required, you would need 8. Is that right? You would need 8, and I only have 6. So here's what I recommend is that do your treadle set up so that you have 1 per, and then just 2-footed. So for this next section, when I have to do 2 at a time, I'm going to use both feet. I'm just going to use both feet. I'm going to employ my abs, and I'm going to use 2 feet at the same time. So here we go. So this is shafts 1 and 2 is where you start here. Then 2 and 3. Okay. Then 3 and 4. You see how this goes, right? Okay. 4 and 1. And then at the very top, it's 1 and 2. Now, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. I don't write down the patterns. I tend to just try to memorize them. However, if you want the kind of visual cue to tell you where you are, the group has had all kinds of great ideas for put up some Post-its. There's a little kind of a little bead kind of method. There's all kinds of fun ideas for how you can kind of keep track. So play with that, whatever's going to help you the best as you go through your patterns. Okay, I'm at the top, so I have to go back down. Okay, so this is 1 and 4. I'm going to try not to pull so tight. There we go. This is 3 and 4. Dun, 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 dun. 2 and 3. I can kind of multitask here. I can kind of multitask. Generally, I'm not very good at that, but years of practice. Okay, so now to finish out, that was basically our whole repeat, was that those 2 elements together. But per my pattern, I'm doing 3 of each. So let's do the last one really quick so we can finish up this whole white section together. So I'm back to lifting 1 shaft at a time. So same thing I started out. 4, and then some 3, and 2, right? 1. By the way, the pattern's so pretty. The little diamonds is so pretty. This is the top then, the top of our little Rosepath mountain. And then we come back down. Here we go. 1, 2, oops, 3, here we go, and 4. Dun, da, da, da. Look what we did together. That's so fun. Okay, so then, because I'm not going to come back to this white for a while, I'm just going to clip it. And that'll just be one more yarn that I get to tuck in later. Okay, let me see if I can lean you over so you can see it a little bit closer. All right, everyone, hang on. No one gets seasick. Okay, so can you see that? See the little diamonds in there? Isn't that fun? You can probably see it better right there. But depending on the places where I lift 1 shaft at a time has longer floats, and where I lift 2 at a time has shorter floats. Cool, huh? So much fun. Okay, let me get us back upright, kind of. There we go. All right, so yay. Isn't that fun? Gemma asked if we could do crackle for the weave along. I'm seriously considering for my mom's fabric. The weave along pattern is in the works right now. It'll be a surprise, but don't you worry. I'm taking suggestions for the future. So there we go. Laura's in favor. Thank you so much, Laura. Yes. I love that you guys were like talking about the different, the different fibers. Yep. Cotton, linen. Yes. Susan was saying she loves using a cotton linen blend. Okay, so tell me this, Susan, if you're using a cotton linen blend, because cotton will shrink but linen won't, how much do you plan for shrinkage? Let me know, my friend. What that's yeah. Thank you, Connie. The red makes the tan pop. That was part of my goal. Thank you. I am very, very glad. Yes. Let's see. Yes. Oh, you guys had so many good comments. Yeah. See? That is awesome. Oh, I love that. Christine said, it looks like cinnamon toast with strawberry jam. It totally does. That's a great description. That is fabulous. Yep. Cinnamon toast with strawberry jam. Yum. And now I'm hungry. Yes. Carrie says, pretty and subtle at the same time. Thank you so much. Okay. Cynthia says it almost has a lacy look. That's fun. Cynthia, I'll be very curious to see once it's washed and dried how much it squishes up. We'll see. Because of the mix of fibers, it'll be a surprise for all of us. We'll all figure it out together. We'll see. It's gonna be fun in the meantime. And I have enough on here for, I think I did 4 towels. So my plan is to kind of tweak the towels as I go, mostly to keep me interested. That is mostly because, let's be honest, I'm mostly weave for me. So if I'm going to weave Rosepath for the entire length of this lovely warp, I'm going to mix it up. We'll probably change some colors, maybe change the pattern a little bit. We'll see. Yeah, Laura says it almost looks too nice for towels. You know what? That's so funny you should say that, because I have certainly seen some handwoven towels in my day that I thought, you need to hang that on the wall. That needs to not be, that shouldn't ever lay over the chicken and while it's resting. That's not how you should use that. But I know what you mean. Towers meant to be used and loved. Okay, thank you, Susan. She says, I always plan 20%, although sometimes it happens less, sometimes more. Sampling helps. I know, right? Sampling. It's a good thing if you do it. I am yeah. Yes, sampling. Oh yeah, sampling. These are towels just cause, so I did not sample. I did not worry about that. But if these were like custom towels for someone specifically, yeah, exactly. Dawn Miller says, sampling. Yeah. That thing. That's a good thing when you do it. Okay. This has been so much fun, you guys. Connie says, too nice for towels. That's what a lot of people say when they get mine. but I say that towels cry if they aren't used as planned. Oh, that's a great guilt trip, Connie. That is awesome. Well, okay, so I was the fortunate recipient of some beautiful towels from the amazing Jody Ibarra. And I have to say, they are hanging off of the range, off of the oven, and they're beautiful there, but they're only to dry your hands. we have we have that's a rule in the kitchen now. That these are beautiful towels, but they are only to dry your hands. You do not. We're hard on our towels here. The grease, and I'm always like fixing produce from outside, so it's dirty. And oh yeah, no, those are not. They're special towels. So I know what you mean. Yes. Okay, so let's wrap this up, shall we? First of all this week I have been giving little nuggets about the fabulous and amazing Acting Creative Insiders. If you aren't familiar, this is a monthly membership. There are 4 different tiers that start at $5 and go up to $50 per month. And so for each tier, then you get little extras from me each and every month, so mostly every week. But you get little kind of insider view into what's coming up for Acting Creative. You get kind of the first look, like the Acting Creative Insiders will be the first to know what the pattern is for the October weave along. Some of those kind of things. There's always weaving tips and tricks that are included. There are bloopers. There are all kinds of fun things. And one of the special things I wanted to mention is that the top 2 tiers, which are the rug shuttle tier and the ski shuttle tier, is that the people in those tiers get to participate in the monthly, it's a small group Zoom chat. Boy, we have the best time there. I know if Laura Miser's still on, she can chime in. She's one of our folks there. And we bounce ideas off each other. We look at each other's projects. It is just so much fun. It's a really, really sweet kind of intimate group where we can just talk about how our weaving projects and our fiber projects in general are going. It's really, really special. So if that's something you would like in your life, come check out the Acting Creative Insiders. It's just a really lovely group of supporters, and it's wonderful. Oh, here we go. Hi, Renita. This teacup is from the fabulous Laura Cook, Cooke, out of North Carolina. And she ask her if you want something like this though, because she doesn't have. You'll have to ask. This is the original one. The fabulous Laura Miser got me a new one that actually looks like herringbone. It's so freaking cool. It is beautiful. Like this one has just white on the back, and hers goes all the way around. It's a little different shape. It's beautiful. But talk to Laura Cook about. You know what? I should just at some point make some kind of I should just have like an Acting Creative line of Laura Cook mugs. Wouldn't that be fun? We could have all kinds of different cool little weaving patterns on there. We should definitely. I'll have to look into that. That has my name written all over it, doesn't it? Yeah, right. Laura chimed in. We have a great time. It's really special. So check out, check out Acting Creative Insiders. If you, oh, there we go. Yeah. Laura Cook will do a special order. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're going to have to, we'll work on that. So Acting Creative Insiders, check that out. This I mentioned earlier, but this week for Handwoven Experience, I did the part 2 of the stash busting for weavers episode, all about what to do with those little bits of fabric you have left over. Because as you weave your project, I don't know about you, but I always include extra inches just to make sure I have enough, and inches to play at the end of the project, so that when I get to the end, I can throw in whatever colors, fibers, whatever it is, and I always have that little swatch left, which I love. But what do you do with that over time? So I got some ideas there just to kind of get everything moving. So if you have other ideas, please share them with me, because I would love to put together some kind of a list, like a master list of ideas for us weavers, things to do with leftover yarn and with leftover fabric. Wouldn't that be great? Because you never again be like, what do I do with this? You don't know. I got you covered. Okay. Lastly, if you haven't yet signed up for the weekly love notes, you're invited. Mm-hmm. Every week I send out a sweet little email to my my online community, and I just tell them kind of what's happening, a little story from here in Northwest Indiana. It's just a little way to connect. And I will say this for my friends who might have grabbed a freebie in the last month or so, I am transitioning where the love notes are. So I apologize if you haven't gotten something from me yet. It is coming very, very soon. Yes. Okay. Gemma had a question. She says, how do you create labels for your towels? Do you order them from Amazon or something? I want to make labels for my shows or as gifts. Gemma, I have a person who will do labels for you. I don't know about international, but I will, Gemma, I'll find that and I'll send that to you. Yeah. Cause I have it. They're wonderful. They're quick. They're not crazy expensive. Yeah. So, okay. I'll make a note, send a note to Gemma about labels. Connie says, I always try to have at least enough yarn left over to make at least a square and then play with that. Yeah, absolutely. Just as a friend challenged me to make a blanket with pom-pom thrums integrated. That's so much fun. Okay. This was amazing today, you guys. It is just such a joy to chat with you and find out how you're doing. And, Connie is all about the label information. You know what? I'll share it generally then. Yes, you know what? I'll put it, I'll make it public so you guys can I will share my label information with everyone, with one and all, because I've had very good luck with them. So, yes, yeah, everyone's in. Okay, excellent. I will share label and information for everyone. Okay, so here's the plan, my friends. Let's see, next Thursday. Yeah, I'm right back here. I'm right back here. Thursday, 9:30 Central Time. Mark your calendars. I'll still be doing towels. We'll be doing Rosepath towels. That's what's going to be on the docket for next week. We'll see. We'll see if it's the same variation or if I've gotten bored already. I'll let you know. We'll find out. Hello, Emily. So in the meantime, this week, here's your homework. Are you ready? Do something creative. Throw a shuttle, pet your yarn, start a project, finish a project. Do something creative just for you. It is good for your soul. It is good for all parts of you. So find a minute when you can just listen to that inner voice and just have, let that little creative little fairy inside of you just go crazy. Just a little moment this week. All right. That is your homework. Otherwise, I'll plan to see you right back here next Thursday where we'll party all over again. All right, friends, this has been amazing. You are awesome, and I love each and every one of you. So have a wonderful week, and I'll meet you right back here. Happy weaving.